My father abandoned me for his new family.
Did they have like treats and games that were fun? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm 15 male living with my mom since she and my dad have divorced. My dad just got married to a woman with 2 sons, 13 and 8 years old, and they all moved into her house. By the way, this comes from ST23MV, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. Where I'm currently living with my mom isn't great, especially compared to where my dad lives now. Even the schools there are much better. My school doesn't send students to T20, while this other school sends students to 20, so it's a huge difference. What does that even mean?
I think that's like a different. I'm gonna look it up. There's like a different school system.
Yeah,
I think it might be
T20 and 20?
I think that might be like in England potentially. Let me
Is
see.
the alphabet involved? Because is A better in this scenario or T?
It's just you have to say T 20 times. Oh, top 20 Okay, T20 schools.
Oh.
T20 schools generally refers to the top 20 universities in the United States. So they're saying that the schools that they could be going to usually send a lot of students to those top 20 places.
Oh, I see. So this school, so the school he's at, he won't get that many opportunities.
Right. It's like not as prestigious as like it's like a pipeline to the creme de la creme.
Did I tell you about that kid that got a 5.0 and went to Yale full scholarship in my hometown?
No, 5.
Fun fact: Alexander County has the most racist high school in North Carolina. Just found that out the other day. I was like, wow, that's why I didn't go there, but that would have been my school I went to.
Oh, thank God you didn't go there.
Yeah, I know. John said, "Be the change you want to be," and I'm like, "You're right.
Yeah,
you're right." But anyways, but that kid made it out, and he was Asian though. And his mom, sorry,
basically a cheat code.
I'm just going to say it. His mom worked at Oriental Cafe. She had a restaurant called Oriental Cafe, and my uncle used to work
knew that
there.
the racists would eat there.
I guess so. That's why she named it that. And every time I went, one time in 3rd grade, I went there, and I had a C. Okay, editor, add this to the end. Okay, Storytime. I have an okay Storytime I'm going to tell you later. Okay.
All right.
Add that part to the end. I got a C in 3rd grade, and I went there, and Helen was like, "Oh, no, why are you so sad?" And I was like, "I got a C and whatever." And my mom was like, "Whatever."
Wait, they were giving you A's and B's and C's in 3rd grade?
3rd grade, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, that's why I got a C. And then my mom told her that, and she's like, "Oh, you see my son over there? He's studying really hard." And he had like 5 books, and he was like had his head in one, and like his sister and his other brother was over there doing the same thing.
He had assistants?
Yeah.
He had educational assistants.
No, they were also studying their material.
Oh, yeah, sure. They shared the same brain. They were a hive mind.
Probably, but he got a scholarship and somehow got a 5.0.
Well, congratulations. I didn't even know you could get a 5, but I thought 4.0, like 4 point something. I knew you could get a little bit over 4.
Like a 4.5 was the max.
5.
The school I went to was
just let him
4.5.
teach all the classes at Yale at that point.
He was the man. I talked to my mom about it, and she thought it might be a good idea for me to live with my dad for the sake of the better school. So I brought up the idea to my dad. He told me he needed to think about it, and he would get back to me. After a few days, he told me it wasn't possible. Naturally, I asked him why, and he explained that their house only has 3 bedrooms, theirs and 1 for each of his sons. He said this is a new phase in their lives, and they need some time to adjust to living together. Oh, that sucks.
Feels wrong.
Yeah. You know, adjusting to live with one another without you.
Right. It's like the whole reasoning is it's like, well, they could adjust to me being there as well. It's like, what do you mean you have to adjust? It just seems very dismissive as well.
He also mentioned that my stepbrothers and I haven't spent much time together, so there's a chance of conflicts arising. He thinks I should get to know my stepbrothers better before making a big change that could disrupt the family dynamics.
This guy is just like, I don't want to rock my own boat, so this feels like it might cause problems for me, so I don't want you to move here.
I didn't agree with his answer, though I told him I'd be totally fine sharing a room with my 13-year-old stepbrother, and we've never had any issues when we've hung out. I also pointed out that saying no to this opportunity could seriously affect my college plans, given that the school in that area is much better. I explained that I spent a lot of time at school studying or in extracurricular activities, so it will not impact a lot of family dynamics. I'm very obedient.
Good boy.
And I'll do all the chores they need at the house. I'll spend the weekends at my mom's house. He stuck to his decision. I really wanted to move in, so I reached out to my grandparents and uncles to talk to my dad. They had a chat with him, He called me afterwards, pretty angry. He said I should have accepted his first answer, and now the whole family is against him, thinking he's not acting correctly. Am I the a-hole? Wow, you just got other people to call you out too. That's why you're mad.
I don't. How can you get called out by your siblings as the dad and your parents, and then your response is still to go back to your child and say you shouldn't have done that?
That's crazy.
And that is pretty crazy. I went to a school that was 45 minutes away from me, so I could, be able to have more college, activities and things. And I feel like this kid and I are the same where, you get to school at like 7:30 and you're probably going to be there until like 5 or 6 into the evening. So it's not really going to bother anything. And then you're probably going to hang out with friends and stuff. So he's not going to be home a lot. So I don't know. If that's what you're worried about.
Yeah. It didn't feel like it's coming from any place other than like, you know what? I bet there's got to be something with his wife.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got to be like the new wife is like, well, I thought you loved my children. And it's like, why can't we just love all of the children? And it's not even because it's like, it's literally to better their school opportunities. So reasonable.
It is reasonable, you would think. But we got an update.
And the most reasonable thing, that's your literal child asking to live with you when you have a house.
They can't do that right now. Update. Well, I guess any chance of me studying near my stepmom's house is over. A few days ago, I messaged my dad asking what time he'd pick me up on Friday to spend the weekend at their place. He didn't respond. So I asked again, and he said he wouldn't be picking me up, that I wouldn't be spending the weekend there. I asked why, and he said it's not his weekend, it's the next one. This really pissed me off because he never really used to use the weekend is his or her not excuse. Before he got married, we practically spent every weekend together. To me, this showed that he truly chose his new family over me. He knew I was already upset about the school situation, and he did this to show that I'm not welcome there.
Ooh, I really like this because it shows that like even when parents are like your parents, they're still just people, because now he's taking this out on you unfairly because you told his parents on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, think about any time like you've been told on, Riley, like,
oh gosh,
the same feeling. You're like, I can't believe this guy told on me. Actually,
it's really nerve-wracking, and it really does, like, you lose trust in that person. It's tough. It's a tough situation to be in, especially when you like work so closely together and you're like a family unit.
Stop. I did it.
Tough.
It was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
I told him it's okay for him to choose his new family, but he didn't need to pick me up anymore, and that he could just forget I exist. And I'd do the same. Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
No contact.
So this should be the moment where he starts being like, well, this is getting out of hand. I should sort of smooth over the situation with my daughter. No, I'm sorry, son. With my son.
Yeah.
I should really smooth out the situation with my son now.
Wait, it gets worse. I logged into Instagram, which I don't use, to block him, and I saw a picture of him at an amusement park with my stepbrothers. He had written, me and my boys. He didn't even invite me to go with them. I have no idea when that was. He truly excluded me from his life.
How old is OP in this story?
15.
Wow. So this isn't the right thing to do, but I think if I was 15, I'd probably never talk to my dad again.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I saw something like that,
Yeah.
that would destroy me.
Yeah, you've already made your choice.
Oh, no. Pops has got to make this right real big.
Yeah. I even got more furious and sent him a message telling him to enjoy having 2 sons now instead of just 1. And that I wanted him to go F himself. My dad called me multiple times, and I answered once, and he started scolding me, saying I'm acting like a child, and I hung up on him and didn't pick up again.
He is a child. He's your child. He's 15. And yes, what is wrong with this guy?
He sent several messages saying he wants to talk to me. I was really naive to this whole situation. He replaced me months ago. I couldn't bike to school because of the knee surgeries I had, and I just realized how he never once took me to school. It was always my grandparents or my mom. Lately, I see him very little, and I thought it was because of the surgeries and recovery, but apparently, he only had space for every other weekend. Whereas before his new family, he was always available for me. Oh, man. It's sad. My mom is upset with me, too. She says I lost my reason, that I have to talk to my dad, and I'm not behaving appropriately. As far as I'm concerned, I'll never talk to my dad again. Now I'm going to spend the night locked up in my room because if I step out, my mom's going to try to force me to talk to him. I don't know if I'm doing right or wrong, but right now I'm just really angry and sad. I never thought my dad could replace me like this. I truly thought he cared about me.
That was such a 15-year-old string of sentences right there.
Yeah.
Like, never going to talk to my dad again, hiding in my room so no one has to talk to me. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm angry and sad. Yeah, that was like the triple combo teenager sentences.
I love it. That's what we go through.
I mean, I think you could work through this, but it's like clearly the responsibility to do most of the damage control is going to be on your
The
dad.
dad, for sure.
But some counseling or it's just some talk. This needs to be talked out at the very least.
Yeah.
And dad needs to get vulnerable because what he's doing to you is not right.
It's not cool either. It's really messed up. Edit. People are saying my mom is taking my dad's side. Nope. She doesn't want me to be in a fight with my dad. She's saying that we need to talk to listen to each other. I guess no mom wants her kid to be in a fight with their dad. But I don't think I want to talk to my dad tonight.
Also fair.
Update 2. He sent a lot of messages last night. He's saying that we need to talk in person and that I'm misunderstanding everything. He came over early this morning, but I told my mom I didn't want to talk to him and locked myself in my room. He wants to come to talk tonight.
Okay, well, I get it. 15 locked in the room, totally normal. We're on the right track. So you're taking a little time to get to a place where you're ready to talk about it. It's a big thing. Your dad's attitude's probably not making it any easier.
Oh,
I'm sure
no.
he's very kind of scoldy about it, but yeah. I mean, if y'all can just, because honestly, where the dad's coming from too is probably he feels hurt.
Yeah.
He feels hurt. You know, we're all emotional creatures, and any
for sure.
BS that happens like this usually just comes from people who are hurting for some reason or another.
For sure. Update 3. I talked to my dad, but I told him I'd talk to him if my mom was there too. The 3 of us sat down at the table. Mom said I'd be the first to speak, but when I started talking, she said it wasn't what I should say and that I should apologize first. So I apologized to my dad for swearing at him. Then right after, my mom said I'm grounded for 2 weeks for swearing at my dad, stating that nothing justifies swearing at your father. This is my first time being grounded in my life. Then it was my dad's turn to talk. He said that I'm being immature and unfair. He explained that he has other people in his life who are now important, so he can't give me the same attention as before. I tried to talk, and my mom told me to listen quietly and that I'd have my chance to speak later. He mentioned that I act like everything has to be according to my own will and circled back to the school situation. He told my mom that I talked to my grandparents and uncles. My mom got upset about that, adding another week to my grounding.
How does that make literally any sense? Why?
Well, they're just, I don't know, they feel like he's misbehaving, so they need to
He just talked to his family.
Yeah,
and
well,
said, I really want to live with dad so I can go to the school. Can you try to convince him? And he's getting grounded for a week for that? That's insane.
It's kind of, in a way, it could be manipulating. They could see that.
Sure, but it's not like manipulate him to
give me money or let me borrow the car. It's like,
I want to get into a good school.
So like if you came to Keon and you're like, hey Keon, can you put this up? And then if it didn't work, and then you came to like John and Sam and be like, hey, Keon didn't do whatever I wanted.
Nah, I don't.
That's kind of the
way
vibe.
too loose of a look. Bottom line, none of what they're talking about right now matters because of that Instagram post with me and my boys. That is the key to all of this.
I see.
That was the moment where I'm like, I'm not talking to my dad ever again.
Yeah.
So where's that at?
I think they're going to get to it. And when I tried to complain, she said she was disappointed in me for not understanding that I should respect my parents' decisions. So I figured out it would be better not to argue any further, as it would extend my grounding. So I'm grounded for 3 weeks now, both for swearing at my dad and not respecting his decision. Finally, he said he always done everything to be present in my life and give me the best he can. He said he feels unjustly treated after years of dedication, and I treat him like he's done nothing for me. I have to agree that he is very present and dedicated until recently, but I can't feel that anymore. When I started talking, my mom said if my tone got aggressive, the conversation would end, as it meant to be friendly discussion, not a fight. I tried to stay calm as possible so that the conversation would end before I could express what I was thinking. I said I understood that there is more people and I need to share my dad's attention with. However, these people are always with him since they live together, and the little time I have with him would only be on weekends. I mentioned that for the first time. He brought up the legal aspect and that I'm only entitled to be with him every other weekend. I said this showed that he deliberately chose to decrease the time we spend together. I also said that having new people around doesn't mean he can forget about me or my feelings. I told him that the photo he posted at the amusement park with the caption, "Me and my boys," hurt me deeply. My mom had seen the photo, so I showed it to her. She was upset with my dad too. I said I understood the difficulty of me moving to my stepmom's house, but I felt extremely unjustly treated by the arguments present.
I'm so mad that they did not, that was 2 sentences that they spent on the Instagram post. What? That's like emotionally devastating. Also, why is OP as a 15-year-old, like the stipulation to have this conversation is like you have to be an emotionless like lawyer basically, or like what? Think about a more emotionally charged conversation than, hey,
Yeah.
Dad, I think you like your new family more than me.
I think that she just didn't want yelling, and that might be a deeper reason of, non-confrontation and everything.
I suppose. Just makes me feel like they're real control.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like this. OP's on the wrong, being treated wrong, and now is grounded for 3 weeks.
It was as if my stepbrother's difficulty sharing a room with me was just as important as a good educational opportunity for me. I said he should be concerned about my future, but it seems like the only opinions that mattered are those of his new kids. He said I was misinterpreting things, but that he'd be more careful about posting pictures and captions that could hurt me. About the weekend issue, he said we're all still adjusting, and indeed, he'd like me to be able to come over every weekend like it used to be, but now he needs more predictability since more people are involved. I mentioned again that he was putting others' desires ahead of mine and that my wishes were never a priority compared to theirs.
Dude, this guy's just talking word salad. He's trying to say, I need more predictability. Every weekend is just as predictable as every other weekend. So what are you talking about? Like he's unable to be like, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, he's trying to talk himself out of this. This showed me that he had a preference. He fell silent for a moment and then said he'd fix the situation.
I can fix it.
I'd always be welcome to visit and stay where he lives. He also said he won't be bringing up the every other weekend visitation arrangement again. He said that the school issue is more complicated, but he's still looking into a solution. He again said, I need to understand that circumstances change and I'm still his priority. Now there are more people involved. He mentioned he knows it's not easy for a 15-year-old, but I'm smart enough to know he's speaking the truth. He invited me to spend the weekend with him, but I declined, saying I don't feel welcome at this moment. He said he loves me and that if I ever doubt that at any moment, I could call him. So that's where we are. There's a bit of impasse. He's sending me several messages every day to show he's there for me. I feel like I'm being a bit unfair to him. On the other hand, I feel like his new family doesn't want me around. I don't know where this will lead, but I appreciate the support from those who wrote in the last post. We got an edit. I think the dad understands that the kid's hurting, and the dad got his side out. He's listening to the kid now. Dad's going to fix it.
Yeah, I was expecting to be really upset, but I'm pretty happy where we're at. It's like we kind of talked it out. Dad was still definitely giving some BS stuff about predictability or whatever, but it's like clearly he's gotten to a point where he's like, okay, I understand where you're at, my son. Now you kind of know where I'm at, and I'm going to make more of an effort so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Perfect. And he said he's actually still looking into the school thing.
Yeah.
So that's also perfect. He would have just said that he's looking into it the whole time. That's fine.
I think in that moment he realized what's happening, and he's now going to fix it.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen.
I think you're right on the money with that.
Edit. As I mentioned, I'm grounded right now, so I don't have much time to respond. I just want to say I think you guys are being a bit hard on my dad and my mom. Mom didn't punish me when I slammed the door in her face and locked myself in my room in the middle of the week. She knew I could get upset like I did during the week, and the conversation wouldn't lead anywhere. This is normal with us teenagers. She stood by me, for example, in the situation with the photo. So cut them some slack. She's trying to maintain a balance between supporting me and exercising parental control. Of course, I don't like being grounded and don't agree totally, but she has her points. And I want to point out that you can watch any freaking OK Storytime story on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can be your point person.
We can listen to like all those episodes?
Yep. And on this little episode story, we got a little left. How do you like where things are?
I mean, I think you really crushed it with he realized in that moment towards the end of that conversation, he's like, okay, I really did mess up.
Realize.
And now I'm going to immediately take steps to fix it.
Yeah.
Which is good. Because, dude, that
amazing.
picture, I'm astounded that they didn't
do
latch
anything.
onto that. I thought as soon as that came to light, it would have been a full 180. And now mom and OP are like, yeah, that was super messed up. You could have done any other caption besides that one. And it would have been fine. You could have been like, fun trip to the amusement park with these goobers.
Yeah, boom.
Anything other than me and my boys with one of your children missing.
One of your other boys.
One of your other boys is not there.
It'd be different if OP was a girl, but yikes, dude.
And that maybe could have genuinely been a case of him being like, oh, I didn't consider that my teenage son might consider this as like a direct shot at him.
Yeah.
And that could have genuinely been the case because, whatever. But I think, again,
Yeah. Ugh.
This is the right man.
What can I say? I read Reddit stories for a living. I consume and analyze Reddit stories.
Consume the will of the people.
I do, bro. And two, I realized whenever people talk or rant, they're only going to talk about the bad features of other people treating them badly, not anything good.
That is true. We get a lot of stories where they'll like write something out and then their update will be like, guys, relax. Stop telling me I'm dating like the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
Like he's not that bad.
He's not that bad. It's just this one thing.
Right.
One thing. I'm still sad about the situation with my dad, but I see that part of the conversation was positive. He told me to forget about every other weekend thing and that I could go whenever I want. He's been sending me messages. Even my 13-year-old stepbrother messaged me inviting me over, so I can see that he's making an effort. But I don't want to go over this week. That's why I said I'm in a bit of a dilemma. And at the same time, I don't feel comfortable going to his house. But I've seen an effort from him in the past few days after the conversation. And if I don't go, I'll never build a relationship and feel more at ease. And hopefully OP has felt at ease, because that's the end of the story.
OP, literally say exactly that. Send that in a message to your dad. Say, hey, I'm just not ready to come over this week.
Yeah.
I really like that you're clearly making an effort. Please keep doing so. And like, let's try next week. You know, it's not wrong for you to not be ready.
Yeah. And that's the end of that story. But guys, we got another one coming up. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Has your parent left you for a new family? Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. There's at least, there's got to be some people.
Statistically, there is one of you that did get left for a new family. Sorry, but
statistically, there is one of you. My friend is treating me badly, and I don't know why.
Because you're the bad friend.
Oh. Am I the a-hole for not paying my friend back after he paid for our drinks? I've been through a rough patch, which I posted about before, so I won't rehash that. I don't have many true friends and fewer that weren't actively avoiding me. And one is my friend, Hank, male 39. By the way, this comes from user Isn't She Unusual? And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, my birthday just passed over spring break. I don't make enough money for parties or drinks, so I invited 5 friends over to my 1-bedroom apartment for a small gathering in our group chat. I got pushback because they wanted to go out. I said, well, I can't afford to go out, but I can open some wine. And then all but my friend Clara pushed again for going out. Hank said he would pay for me. I agreed and put on my nicest clothes, and we went for drinks. When the bill came, I looked for Hank, but he had left. Hank!
Oh, no.
What are we doing here, Hank? I kind of panicked, but didn't say anything. But Clara said, I thought Hank was going to pay for you. Then when no one said anything, she offered to pay for some of it, and my other 3 friends pitched in a few dollars, but I was still about $10 short, so I just pulled from my gas money for the month to not ask anyone for help. It was so embarrassing to fumble around like that. I usually go by the mantra that if you can't afford to go out, don't. I felt stupid for breaking my own rule. I texted Hank later, admittedly tipsy, and asked why he had left me with the bill. He didn't respond. He's going to be like, I was just kidding. I told you I was going to cover I told you I was going to pay for your drinks. I was just joking.
Or I pay for the drinks. I get some water. I get a little tall glass.
Wait, I'm confused.
Like,
I'm confused.
I pay for the drinks and I get the Bonya.
Oh.
Hank's had something for OP for a while.
Is that, wait, is that wait, what?
What does that happen to you?
A glass of water is a euphemism for banging?
Yeah. Like
what?
Sipping up. Tall glass of water.
I've heard that, but I just heard that about like someone who looks good.
Yeah.
A tall drink of water.
Yeah.
This is news to me. I'm going to have to do research on this. I can't. There's no one who can get their hooks in my brain.
You just do this to yourself.
More than you can, bro. I swear.
Are you looking up on that thing?
No,
I thought you were.
No, I lost the story. I'm just going back in. No, but I'm going to have to look that up.
All right, look it up.
Maybe it's a colloquial thing. That's just what they say in North Carolina.
North Kakalaki.
Okay. I then went to our group chat and thanked everyone for coming out and that it meant a lot, but another friend said it was fun, except when OP ruined it by crying. Hank texted a laughing emoji saying he agreed, but that's my thing now.
Crying out in public. That's so reassuring and comforting. Thanks, friend.
Who are these friends?
Yeah, you should be able to cry in front of your friends, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, let's see what happened. I did cry at one point. I'd gotten choked up thanking everyone for celebrating with me as I felt low recently and explained some of what I wrote in my last post, which we don't know about, and how I essentially felt like no one cared about me.
Oh, so she cried because she was expressing gratitude for the friends she has.
She literally cried because she was like, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys being in my life.
What
and
a
now they're like,
bummer.
It was fun until OP cried like a big baby.
Honestly, yeah, that checks out.
Ugh.
I don't want anybody telling me how much they appreciate me. That's lame.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Riley needs hate. Don't love Riley. Hate him.
Call me, bad names. Don't tell me how much you like me.
Call him stinky
Ooh, that's a good one.
and then smack him on the knee. Call that a knee slapper.
Knee slapper.
That was weird banter. Having this gathering was a happy thing I can hold on to and remind myself I do have people who care. I then had gone to the bathroom to fix my makeup and was all smiles after that. After my friend's comment in our group chat, I apologized for ruining things, as I thought it was all good and hadn't realized I brought the room down. I thankfully got a gift card from my aunt and had a free birthday drink at our favorite bar restaurant, not the place we were in before. So I went to listen to the live band that would be coming out and spotted Hank. I waved at him, and he invited me to sit with him. And I did. So wait, that's a weird move. When you dodged paying for someone's drinks and then you're like, come sit next to me.
You might get more drinks out of it.
How is this a misunderstanding, though? No, Hank, I'm not going to let you trick me, too. Stop it, Hank. I'm all turned around. We listened to the band the whole night and stayed a bit to finish our last drinks. He said he was surprised to see me out, and I said something along the lines of, well, I wanted to do something to lift my spirits as my ideation was high lately. I mentioned that I was diagnosed with major depression and I have anxiety, so if anything, I care too much. And he rolled his eyes and put his hands up in a mock surrender and changed the subject. The bartender, who knows both of us, checked in with us to ask if we would have another round, and Hank said he would. I asked what my tab was to check and make sure I wasn't overspending past my gift card's amount, and Hank got mad. He loudly said, Jesus Christ, and said he gets it already, and if I want to be an a-hole about it, fine. He threw his card towards the bartender to pay for both of us. I apologized and said that's not why I was asking, but he just told me to shut up about it and he was done. I felt so embarrassed. People were looking at us and I tried not to cry. When Hank looked at me again, he said, "Oh, you're going to cry now?" and threw up his hands, telling me I always do this and he knows I do it for attention and to freaking get over it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's not a friend.
And this is when, like, the bartender calls the bouncer over and is like, get this belligerent a-hole out of the establishment?
Yeah, it seems. I think Hank sees things a little bit differently in that, oh boy, or like that attitude where just get over it, get a job, get more money.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, Dad, why don't you just do that thing?
Instead of complaining that you have no money.
And then she's like talking about like her mental health and he just goes, hey, you got me. All right, let's talk about anything else. It's like, dude,
Come on.
kind of
It's a sore spot for me. And if you don't have friends that understand your sore spots, are they really your friends?
yeah, this guy sounds like he never graduated high school. I started to cry and said I'm sorry. And some guy told Hank to pull it back and leave me alone. Hank cussed him out, threw $10 at me, muttering he wished I would harm myself, and left without his card?
Yeah, that's not your friend.
Throw this guy into the sea where the sea monsters can nibble on him. What are we doing?
Jesus, yeah.
That's like a...
What the heck? Did
That's
he say,
a throwing hands type of comment. I'm not going to lie.
say go
That's
F
like-
yourself or go off yourself?
That's what he said. He basically said, go off yourself. Dude, that's a fight instigating type of moment.
Goodness gracious.
What is wrong with this guy?
What?
All over like nothing, over drinks he said he would pay for and then bailed on.
He just doesn't want to accept how big this is for OP, and is just making a big deal out of it.
Well, yeah, and I think we haven't even touched on that if this person's financially insecure, they're like, I don't want to go out, I don't have the money to spend, and then all our friends are like, come on, come out, come out, come out. It's like,
Yeah, we're not in the same boat right now, guys.
this is crazy that this guy is pulling this. The bartender had already returned his card with the customer receipt and placed it in front of us. People at the bar and the staff were kind to me, and I stayed to calm down. The bartender brought me my other drink and said my drinks were on the house and my previous drinks were on Hank since she took his card, meaning he was covering it. An older gentleman made conversation and eventually asked what that was all about. I explained about my birthday dinner. He frowned and said women couldn't expect men to pay anymore and that it was selfish of me to expect it as it was his choice. What are you talking about?
Well,
How are you just
Lovely.
Oh.
that's lovely conversation.
And this one is just a okay grandpa type moment. This is just a stranger. Don't waste any emotional energy on this guy. I later texted in the group chat to Hank that he left his card and the bartender has it, and I hope he went home safely. I made no mention of the argument, but he texted back, okay, you want to bring everyone else into it? Fine. Is this guy just like super drunk right now?
Probably. I think he likes OP and he wants her to get drunk so he can talk to her. That's my underlying.
That is actually, he's got playground. This is playground crush behavior. This is like the pulling on the pigtails.
Yeah.
Going,
Well, I don't know about
You
that.
have
It's a little
cooties.
bit more aggravated and mean.
well, yeah, because he's 39 and he's not an innocent child, but it's like it's the same technique of like, I have a
don't know
crush
if I
on
was
this
going about
person and I
that.
want to bother them.
I just think he was upset. I think he was upset because he wanted OP just to relax, have some drinks, chill out.
Oh, like that. You meant,
And she won't do it. And he's like, oh, you always ruin this. Oh.
See, you put the, now I've got the idea that he's got a crush. He's got a crush on OP and he doesn't know how to express it properly.
Probably.
So he said to everyone that I bullied him into paying, and it's now my shtick to use in public. And if you don't, she'll cry and get the bar thinking you're an a-hole because I'm selfish and need to be a spoiled princess, even if it's not my birthday anymore.
Oh, boy.
Can we get Hank out of the group, please? Can we expedite that?
Goodness gracious. Sorry, OP. This is tough. This is a tough
Yeah,
one.
this is terrible. A few of the group started berating me and telling me to get over $10 and that Hank let it slide the first couple of times I tried to guilt trip him, but that this was now out of hand. OP, get new friends. They're out there. When Hank said he paid for everything, they said I owed him. And Hank put a Venmo request screenshot in and texted, I wouldn't hold my breath, but I will make it easy. Are we all still remembering that this guy didn't pay for OP's drinks the first time when he said he would?
Yeah.
And this is all happening because OP was asking to know based on her gift card balance if she could pay for the drinks on her tab at this
Yeah.
other place. And then Hank took it upon himself to take that personally and paid for her drinks on his own accord again and is now sending a Venmo request. This guy, they built this guy in a stupid lab.
But this was 2 instances. There's probably been another instances where she's asking about money, asking about how much something costs. Money just keeps always bringing up in smaller ways, but then these last 2 times kind of built up more, and Hank's like, I'm just over it. I can't be doing this anymore.
So this was like with the fuse like ran out and now
Yeah.
this is the explosion.
Yeah. Well, the other time she was just checking for herself. Like, how much is this? I'm good. I won't eat. I won't
Right,
drink.
That's why I'm confused because OP sounds like someone who wouldn't do that. It sounds
Yeah.
like she's someone who's like always aware, and if she doesn't have that money, she doesn't want to go out. So
I don't know.
I'm just so confused how
but
she's earned
what I'm
this.
saying is she's always checking herself. How much is this? Can I pay for it? Nope. I'm good. I won't eat. How much is
just
this drink?
even that is like,
Yeah.
relax.
And then he's like, you're always saying
Yeah.
something about it. Or friend would always come up and be like, no, I'll get this for you. And she's like, oh, okay.
just stop being broke.
Yeah.
So I explained that I can't pay him back until payday and explained about the gift card. And then the texts came rapid fire. BS, I call BS, blah, blah, blah. I muted the notifications and spent time with my dog watching TV. Now I'm getting iced out from my friends, except for Clara. Save Clara. Clara is your friend. 2 of them have spouses at my job, and they are avoiding me at work. I feel like I should just apologize and Venmo the money after I got paid. I don't have many friends, and being alone is really getting to me. I know I've been hard to be around lately because I'm not my normal chipper self, so I know not a lot of people will want to put up with me. Am I the a-hole?
Oh,
Sweetie,
man.
no.
Oh, man.
You going through a tough time does not give your friends free pass to just completely
Slam on you.
Yeah, like just degrade you. Like
This is wild.
you cried tears of like happiness that they were there for your birthday, and then they mocked you about it.
Yikes.
That's actually one of the most insane things I've ever read, and that should be an immediate. You know what? You're better off without these people being your friends. Clara is your friend.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
person in this story I've read as your friend is Clara.
I agree. I hope you can like go out and do other things rather than having to interact with these people. Seems you're stuck because money's tight and you can't like travel a lot of places, or you might be in a small area. I don't know. There are more people out there. It's tricky to figure out, but you're smart and you can do that.
I always will suggest the same thing, and it's pickleball. Casual pickleball playing and players.
What about
The
rock
best
climbing?
rock climbing. Well, it's also a great community, but it's like the entry level's a little
Yeah.
higher because it's expensive.
I
'Cause
would
it's
say
like, and she's
yeah.
maybe financially insecure.
for guys, basketball. pick up basketball.
Yeah, any sport. Sports are a great way to meet new people, make new friends.
Sometimes churches, that's a good place if you're comfortable doing that.
Drum circles,
Drum circles?
like literally anything.
Yeah, bird watching,
Yeah,
cloud watching.
find like
Theater. Theater's huge.
find I don't usually hype up Facebook, but they do have like a lot of like community pages and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For certain, like in your area, if you want to find a group of people who want
Yeah.
to do something you want to do, you can find it probably on Facebook.
Yeah. You got it. You have to be a slightly more extroverted. That's tough. That is tough for people.
I don't even know. Yeah, it is true if you're an introvert. I'm just so confused by how OPs ended up here because they don't sound
Yeah.
like anything except like they've been going through a hard time emotionally, and it's like all of their friends are just like dehumanizing them for it.
Well,
It's crazy.
you can never know. You never
It's
know.
true. We don't know. We don't know how far the rabbit hole goes. Okay. Edit. I apologized to the group and muted the group chat. Easter was awful as my family didn't want me there, and I was invited to a friend's, but now that friend won't speak to me. I wasn't outright uninvited, but she did privately message me saying it might be best if I reconsider coming as I bring down a room wherever I go. New friends.
Yeah.
New
Yep.
friends.
Yep.
That wasn't Clara, was it? Oh, please tell me that wasn't Clara.
Was it?
I don't think so. There wasn't a name. So today was the last straw. We, as a friend group, were supposed to have brunch. So I went, but it was awkward and no one really spoke to me. So I left early. I got paid today, and I'm considering just Venmoing Hank and hoping they won't ice me out anymore. Do not send that man any of your money, please. And there's an update.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. If it was me, I'd probably Venmo and say adios. I've done that before.
You would Venmo that guy after he said that to you? Or like he said that to Angie?
So he doesn't have anything over me? Yeah. Doesn't have anything over Angie? Yeah. So he can't keep bringing it up? Yeah.
Cool. That's fair.
If that's his only pillar to build his house on, or his only, stick to I don't know. If that's his only thing he can lean on and I take that away, then he has no argument.
I guess so. I guess I'm doing
I do
disrespect
it.
math in my head.
I do it.
I guess it's more disrespectful to give him back the money and then be like, this is the last time you will ever hear from me. But then you could become the bad guy again because it's, OP's breaking up the whole friend group over $10 again. It's like, I feel like just ghosting all these people who are, based on what I'm reading, treating you like dirt is your best move. Go make new friends. Except Clara. Keep Clara. Update. I have 5 friends, all in our 30s and 40s. A quick recap. Clara, Bella, Hank, James, and Fred. I had a disagreement with Hank, which I outlined in my previous post, but I can't blame everything on it. I've been suffering from major depression and anxiety, so I'm not my usual chipper self. That is not your fault. I am usually the dependable friend everyone can rely on, but lately I've just not had the energy or bandwidth. I'm estranged from family, so I spend most of my free time with my friends. I love my friends, and they all have such wonderful things they bring to our group that makes it feel whole and fun. Lately, though, they have expressed displeasure with me as I've been quieter and prone to tears. I admit I'm tired and emotional lately. I've lost a great job, my family, and more all in a few months. When mentioning my troubles, Clara and Bella usually would listen more than the others, and when I mentioned that I'm spending Easter alone, Bella had invited me to hers. After having the fallout with Hank, however, Bella texted me that night and suggested I reconsider coming to Easter as our other friends would be dropping in and she didn't want drama. I asked if I create drama, and she said that I never apologize to Hank and that I, quote, bring down any room I come into. I didn't cry right then, but I wanted to. It just hurt. Crazy twist that now OP is the reliable, dependable friend in the group? And they treat her like this?
If you don't bring value, it's a transactional relationship. It's not unconditional. It's conditional. You have to be this type of person and chip yourself. And if you're not, and you're going through a hard time, that's just not the vibe we want to be around.
Yeah, if you stop providing for the group, if you stop being dependable for the group, we're just like, where's the old you? We want the old you back. This new you sucks.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Ugh.
God.
I ended up spending Easter alone. I didn't want to ruin the holiday for anyone. Oh my.
That's so sad.
We need some talk therapy, OP. But when I reached out in the group chat and said Happy Easter, no one replied, but they shared photos of the celebration at Bella's. Then this morning at a pre-planned brunch, I arrived. I wore makeup, did my hair, and put on my best smile. I didn't want to bring down any room, so I was determined to prove I could be my old chipper self. But when I arrived, it was awkward. I had made baskets for everyone and handed them out, and they all fumbled thank you, but I could tell they didn't want me there. I stayed only long enough to finish the mimosa I ordered and made an excuse that I had work and had to prepare, which was a half-truth, but I had plenty of time to spare and prepare. Clara was the only one who stood up to hug me and say goodbye.
Clara,
Clara is
solid,
your friend.
Solid.
Clara. She was also the only one who opened her basket and thanked me for the items. I think she was trying to balance the energy. Yeah, it's like you've got one flashlight and then a black hole on the other side of that seesaw. Like, the rest, they didn't even open their gifts?
Guess not.
You made each one of them handmade Easter baskets and they didn't open them?
Or say thank you.
OP, gotta catch a hint. I don't think they want you here. It's sad. This is really sad.
Take Clara and start a new group, an even better group.
There we go.
The
There we
best
go.
group.
There we go.
Oh, man. I got to my car and I realized I left my wallet, so I ran back inside.
It's not my wallet.
Now the whole table's energy was great. They were laughing and talking, and all the awkwardness was gone. I didn't even say anything as I approached, but Hank and James were midway saying something about, God, am I glad she left early. I thought we would have to deal with her all morning. And I just reached and grabbed my wallet and left.
Oh, man.
This just it's got to get better at some point, right? It just keeps getting worse. You know what? It's not going to get any better until you leave this group.
Yeah, honestly.
Man, I'm sitting outside my job in my car trying not to cry. I have tried so many things to try and make my friendships work, but it feels like I fail at every turn. They are the failures.
Yeah.
They failed, except Clara. I know I am not my usual self, but I still want to celebrate and spend time with them. I miss how things used to be. I am just at a loss as to what I should do now. And there is another update.
Oh, boy. Dude, I think right now we already know how it is. I understand that you're in a tough position where you don't have a lot of people in your life. And it gives me the interesting question. Do you have horrible people in your life or no people in your life? She's a depressed person. You take no people?
I take no people, but not permanently.
Not permanently.
No one
yeah.
can have no people in their life forever. But like, these people are your enemy.
Yeah.
They treat you like you are their enemy.
Except Clara.
Except Clara. Man.
This is pretty wild.
We have another update, though.
Oh, boy.
Update 2. I'm being called a bigot because I don't want to date my former friend. Am I the a-hole?
Is it Hank? Is it Hank? I bet you $10 that you owe the group that it's Hank.
Yeah, Hank, I bet you $10. So, I posted a lot about my struggles and my old friend group. I can't even begin to think to retype all of that, so it's all in my past posts, but long story short, Hank was in this group. I sent a text in the group chat, quote, "Hey, so I understand from what's been said and done that I'm not adding any joy to this group. It's very clear I am making things uncomfortable and awkward for everyone. I apologize for any harm I have caused since my accident and will not be attending any more group events. I will also leave this chat. I really wish you all well and cherish the time we shared. OP." I left the group chat immediately, but got calls and texts from all of them asking why.
Wow. They know why. They're just trying to save face now.
Yeah, that broke my brain for a second. How do you not know why? Clara, the real
OG.
one, Clara said she understood.
Nice.
And wanted to stay in touch and that she too was thinking of leaving the group overall.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
New group, unlock, you and Clara, tag team forever. James and everyone else was hitting up my notifications like crazy. I took a nap and Hank showed up at my house.
Uh-oh. With a gift basket?
Was it the Easter bat? Oh, he should return it if he didn't thank you for it.
Or he made you one.
Yeah, a new one. He said he was sorry if he hurt me and said he was mean because of a crush he had on me.
Dude, give me my flowers. I need my flowers right freaking now.
Flowers all around
Right
him.
now.
Flowers, editors.
I
make
want them.
flowers. Make a bunch of cherry blossoms fall down
Holy
around
cow.
him right now.
I called that from a mile out. That
You
was
did.
3 updates ago.
You're just like, dude, this guy's just annoyed his crush doesn't like him.
I called it.
Perfect.
Dang.
Dude, give it there.
It was honestly a little bit of a long shot, but we nailed it.
It's a long shot. We got there.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I was so confused. You like me, so you made me hate myself for literally days? Right. Like, what are we talking about?
What?
He's in preschool. He's preschool crush yanking on the ponytails. I said, I can't talk. and to not just show up at my house unannounced, please. He asked me to come back to the group because I'm the, quote, heart of the group. Yeah, because all of you are heartless. What are we talking about?
If you had a crush on someone, you wouldn't say, hey, I'm so glad she left. She brought the room down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And if your friend did say that, you're like, hey, man.
Shut up.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, why?
It's called being a gentleman. It's called standing up for women.
Stand up
This
for
guy's not a woman guy.
Stand up for your friends, dude. Stand up for your friends.
Ugh.
So he told me I'm the heart of the group. And I think my face betrayed me because I gave him the bombastic side eye at how cheesy that was. I said I was tired and needed to sleep and closed the door. Now I'm getting messages about events like, are you still bringing a cake to this? Or are you still going to be my ride to that? I just feel used and alone. I thought maybe cutting away from them would help me feel better, but it just makes me feel worse. I feel like I let down my friends because, as one of them put it, I'm just tossing away the only people who give a crap about me. I don't know. It doesn't sound like that's what's happening at all.
No.
It sounds like you were the glue holding everyone together, and without you, they just realize, oh my God, we all kind of suck. We were just making fun of her.
We have to guilt trip her in order for her to get back. This isn't what friends do.
No, dude.
This is weird.
This is they're trying, no one's apologizing.
No, it's a transactional friendship.
Yeah. I feel like I let down my friends, which is not true. They let you down because one of them said, I'm tossing away the only people who give a crap about me, which they don't. They just give a crap about the things you do for them.
They like making fun of you. Yikes. Yikes. This is
At
weird.
your lowest, too. It's like you were clearly in some kind of accident. Some event happened that
And
deeply impacted you.
From this statement, we can tell they're not doing well. 'Cause one, they cannot self-reflect. And two, what's easier, instead of owning up, being like, we want to be friends, they're blaming you and they're putting the blame on you. So you can tell that these people are messed up from the get-go.
Yeah. Quite literally despicable behavior out of this friend group, except for Clara.
Dude, Clara.
Clara, the real one.
Love her music. Wait, it's Claro. No. I had to binge her music.
I knew you were going
I
with
love
that, though.
Claro, dude. Oh, man.
Okay.
I kind of want to listen to a song. I'm going to listen to a song quietly in my ears so we don't get copyrighted.
You got to listen to your brain. So from there, here is what has happened recently. Since then, I started making some supplemental income on writing recipes for a local organization that sells different cookbooks.
Oh, nice.
A freelance cookbook writer.
Dude,
What a twist.
Learn to do that, post on social media, and then make your own cookbook and send it and sell it.
Yeah, start making your own cookbooks. It's something I can do in my free time, and I enjoy it. It's a lot to catch up on, sorry, but here's what happened yesterday. I was sitting at a local bar. Fairly, I have to add that it's a known place I frequent, but I was working on recipes for a new cookbook. The staff there know me as I live close and I can walk to them. They also heard some of what happened with my friend group, as I've told the bartender, who asked me why she hadn't seen me with my friends anymore. When I mentioned writing about it on Reddit, she once sat with me while it was slow and read some of it on her phone. Dude, this is a good bartender connection. This guy
loves you.
That's a great bartender connect right there.
Dude.
Anyway, Hank arrived with some of his friends. He announced to the staff that he got a promotion and was celebrating. Woo! Shut up, Hank. He got some congrats from the folks there, and I kept my eyes on my notebook, but I could see him moving towards me. He gave me a really happy hello, and I mustered a smile and said hi, but went back to my recipe. He said he was thinking of me and wanted to know how I'm doing. I said I was fine, just busy. And he asked, with what? I'm a moron, but I mentioned the recipe book I helped write that's already out.
Talk too much. You like to share too much information.
You should
It's one of your skills that you have.
Stonewall this man.
I know someone that does this.
What, Stonewall?
No.
Or like we'll just talk to people who clearly want nothing to do with him?
Or have treated them wrongly.
Mm.
I have a friend that got treated really bad, and recently they talked to that person. I think it was their ex.
I know what friend you're talking about.
They just talked to their ex. I'm like, dude, you can like hit the block button, right? You don't have to talk to them anymore. Even if they contact you, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, or you can explicitly tell them, go away, leave me alone. I literally don't think about you.
Like this, you can do that here, right?
That one sentence.
Yeah. I know you want to be nice.
Should never call you again
Yeah.
after that sentence.
I know you want to be nice, but just, hey, I don't want to be contacted. But also this part is you like to share things with people and you're just trying to make conversation, even though it's awkward. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be looking at him like his head was on fire. I'm like, are you really talking to me right now? You're just talking to me like everything's normal? Okay. So OP mentions the cookbook. He asked where he could get it, and I mentioned it can be found on Amazon as it was the most popular site. He looked it up. He said he was getting the Kindle version and showed me he purchased it. Thanks, buddy. That's the most useless version, too. You're going to read the recipes on the Kindle while you're cooking?
Ooh.
Are you crazy? So it's just like an empty purchase as well.
Wait, don't say that.
What?
Some of our people love the Kindle.
No, the Kindle is good.
And some of them use recipes on the Kindle.
For a cookbook? For cooking?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be so messy. You get the Kindle all messy.
It's like a book.
But it's
like a book, dude. It's like a one-page book.
I know, but it's like you gotta like swipe it. You're gonna get all your food hands all over the.
It's like cooking with your phone.
Whoa.
Literally the same thing.
Oh, dude, you just opened my mind to a whole new universe. Whoa.
You always cook with a cookbook, or you cook with your phone?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I gotta sit in a cave and reflect for a
I also
couple
have
of
a
days.
plug for an app that would be amazing for this, but we're not sponsored, so I can't say that name.
Can't do it.
But it's a really fire app. I can't say it. I'm gonna shut up. Sorry, editor, take out the app part.
Okay. I thanked him and said I hoped he would enjoy it and continued working. He took the hint and went with his friends, and for a while I was left to my work and thoughts. I was happy to have the peace, as I have been working on being alone and being okay with it, and I've found some solace in being alone in crowded spaces. I also like that. I think it's cool. I enjoy the sounds of life and don't mind being on my own sometimes. When he returned, he was laughing and had the ebook Kindle version of the book and ordered me another drink, stating, "I know I have to buy you a drink for you to want to talk to me," and just laughed. I would, again, not even looking at him.
He wants her to get.
I'm like pushing the
He wants her
drink
to get
away.
drunk so we can talk to her.
I'm not even speaking to this guy. This is insane. I said he didn't have to, and I could buy my own drinks. He kept poking at it, insisting he buy my drink, and then said, all right, I'll buy you two, and asked the bartender to put my first drink on his tab. I was just exhausted at this point and thanked him. He showed me his phone with the book pulled up and went on an at least 5-minute critique of the book.
Lovely.
This is just pathetic that this is a 40-year-old man and he doesn't know how to handle his crush on OP other than being an actual 10-year-old boy about it.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. Like,
this is weird.
I know he hasn't committed a crime, but I feel like they'll lock this guy up.
Feels like a crime.
If you're 40 and you crush on people like a 10-year-old, jail. That's a strong stance, but I'm deeply upset by this man.
Okay. I'm going to find a list of people that fit within that category and that we're going to throw in a jail, and you're going to feel really bad about yourself.
Probably would. Just if they're named Hank and they're in this story.
Hank's probably not his real name.
Oh. Just send this one guy away from me.
Yeah.
Just don't want him near me. Okay. So here comes Hank's critique. My cover art was boring. I didn't make the cover. 2 of the recipes were bland and not interesting at all. The images looked too commercial and no one would buy a commercial-looking book. And why are there vegan recipes in it? That's lame and divisive. And that would be because one of the other writers is vegan and we found it to be inclusive to add a couple vegan recipes in. For the price, it's not actually engaging enough and it's not like you're Paula Deen or something.
Okay, real quick. This is my PSA to literally everyone. At a point, you're going to be confrontated. You're going to make conversation with someone that's a fool. F-O-O-L.
A fool.
A literal fool.
A plum fool.
And there's one thing you cannot do with a fool, and that's called reason. You can never reason with a fool. In this scenario, this is a fool that you cannot reason with, so do not give them your time or attention.
Put the wall up. Actually put up, if they have some kind of divider you
Here
can
we
put up.
go. 3D, you just stake up.
Yes, it's a portable
Portable
anti-Hank wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I managed to stay calm for most of it, but it was the tail end when he laughed at some joke he said at my expense that I genuinely don't remember and then said, how about I take you on a date and I can give you some pointers? You know I'm a good cook. I said thanks, but I hadn't the time between my jobs and this new gig as a writer. He kept saying, come on, and chuckling and nudging his elbow into my arm, but his laugh kept sounding more odd. I just looked at him and said, you told everyone I ruin everything. I wouldn't want to ruin your time. Fire. He rolled his eyes and said that was forever ago, and the fact that I hadn't gotten over it was crazy to him. I didn't say much else to him other than repeating variations of insults he said about me and how he clearly would want better than me. It was petty, I know, but I kept it going. It wasn't petty enough for me, OP. honestly, you're thinking, and our friend does this too. Our friend goes, I was mean. Meanwhile, they just like had a polite conversation with someone. That's not being mean.
Yeah.
This is a guy who deserves to get a little venom spit at him
Yeah.
because he said some horrific stuff to you and about you behind your back.
Please
to your
stop
friends.
giving them your time. Just keep working on your recipes.
He
That would
said,
be great.
when he said, I could take you on a date, I wanted more than anything in my life for you to say, you're the last person on earth I would go on a date with.
Yeah. Facts.
Never ask me that again.
Literally facts.
And by the way, it always keeps going on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and whatever podcast apps you use to listen to podcasts. You can listen to every episode we've basically ever made in our entire lives. Just search the name of our show, OK Storytime, and then listen to them on repeat.
Boom. All day, every day.
We've got some story left here. I don't know if we have any closing thoughts. Get rid
I
of
called
Hank.
it. I get rid of them. I called it. Find new friends. Seems like you got something going. Keep it up. Keep it up. Literally keep it up. I love this.
Exactly.
I love when people
Exactly.
explore new things and it's getting somewhere. Just
Yeah.
keep it up.
You're a cookbook recipe maker now.
Yeah, dude, just keep it up.
Exactly. Hank got so angry at me and said to stop mocking him. This is the same guy who told her to self-delete herself, by the way. The very same guy who told her to do that. I said I wasn't. That these are actually things he said were his observations of me. So why be with someone like that? And he agreed, but said, well, then maybe be grateful. I think you're cute. And I thanked him, but was sarcastic. He then said, you're being too sensitive. Grow up. And I just replied, I know. I am sensitive. Why would you want to date someone like that? I'm sorry. Thanks for the drinks. And walked away. I'm getting texts once again from the group, and many of them are saying I broke his heart and I'm a bigot because he's autistic and I clearly look down on him.
That never, what? Where did that come from?
I clearly,
I'm confused.
we have not a lot of information about this guy's autism diagnosis, but I would bet every dollar to my name he's self-diagnosed from a TikTok video. That's what I would bet.
Oh.
I would bet he did that because this guy does not sound like
Yeah.
that
Doesn't
That
sound
is
like
the-
fun.
at all.
Yikes.
Sounds like he's like, oh, I can use this as an excuse to just be rude and mean to people? Yeah, I'll do that. And I hate people who do that. This was news to me, so I want to reply and defend myself, but even still, am I the a-hole for being petty and mocking Hank? Nope.
No, you didn't mock Hank. You just told him, no, I don't want to go on a date with you.
And you didn't even tell him no. You were just like, I'm just so busy with my jobs.
Yep.
Like, no,
Hey.
you weren't even mean enough.
And you repeated what he said to you and about you. So you're good. You're good, OB. Don't give this any more of your time. You can't reason with a fool. Guys, we're going to reason with the fact that we have to go right now.
This is
Don't
true.
worry. We have more episodes coming. Literally, we're recording them right now. So don't you worry. And if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.